Ray Stubbs.
Switzerland in red, Italy in blue, and having failed to qualify for the European Championship finals in the summer, Italy went into tonight's game in Cagliari knowing they needed to convince their fans that better times were around the corner. But Switzerland demonstrated yet again the football's international pecking order isn't what it used to be. Christoph Oral putting the Swiss ahead on 17 minutes. Under their English manager Roy Hodgson, Switzerland have made a great start to their World Cup campaign. Italian goalkeeper Marchigiani failing to deal with Suter's cross, Oral taking advantage of his absence from the goal line. 5 minutes later, Scotland's 3-1 defeat by the Swiss last month didn't seem like such a bad result when Italy went 2 down. The new back-pass law played its part, but the Italian goalkeeper Marchigiani was having a nightmare game. He presented Chapuisat with a gift-wrapped goal. The Swiss kind of expected to get such a great start to the game in Sardinia. It was Costa Curta who'd played the ball back towards his goalkeeper, determined running from Chapuisat, but Marchigiani's first touch, an attempt to slide the ball past the incoming Swiss striker, didn't quite work out. 2-0 at half-time, all Italy in the second 45 minutes, but it was late in the game when hope sprang eternal with Lentini's deep cross to the far post. Vialli's shaved head nodded the ball back at cross. Egli could have hit it anywhere, but played it only to Roberto Baggio, who hammered Italy back into the game. 7 minutes to go, Italy were desperate to get on with it, and they got the break they needed in the final seconds. The ball falling to Aranio, the shot could have been deflected, but it was enough to give Italy a point. A real face-saver for the Italians in the last minute. They visit Scotland in a month's time.
So that's how the table looks at the moment, with Switzerland 4 points clear. The Italians did well to come back from that, but you wouldn't have expected them to be 2-0 down at home. I mean, it was a big shock.
It was a big shock, but I was happy that they came back, because I think if Switzerland had won that game, Scotland would be in big trouble. I expect Italy to qualify from the section. I think it'll be one from the other 3, Portugal, Switzerland and Scotland. I think it's all uphill for Scotland, but certainly the Italians coming back in that game was a big boost for Scotland.
It's a tough group, isn't it?
It's a very strong group. And yeah. There's a lot of games to play yet, but certainly next month's game against Italy is a mega game for Scotland. Okay, Alan, thanks very much indeed. Well, Ian Rush tonight returned to Limassol, where he scored for Liverpool in the Cup Winners' Cup victory a couple of weeks ago. If he scored in Wales' World Cup match against Cyprus on the same ground tonight, he'd beat the Welsh scoring record jointly held by himself, Trevor Ford and Ivor Allchurch on 23 goals. Well, this is how the table looked going into the match, with Wales in 4th place and needing to keep in touch with 100% pace-setters Belgium and Romania. Wales fielding the same side which defeated the Faroe Isles 6-0 in Cardiff last month, which means that impressive forward line of Rush, Saunders and Hughes. The commentary from Tony Gubber.
10 minutes to go to half-time. Rush. Oh, good shot on the turn by Rush. From the edge of the penalty area, Ian Rush, remember, looking for the goal which will make him the record goal scorer in Welsh international history. Hit that one beautifully. And Christophe had to get airborne to save it. Satisfactory so far for Terry Yorath's Wales at 0-0. Header down for speed. Good shot, hit the post. Keeper had a save and pushed it onto the post. And Wales come close to scoring for a second time, and that was the better of the opportunities. Rush. This is David Phillips. Again, it's a good build-up by Wales. Mark Hughes. Phillips. This is Gary Speed. Now they want to get the good cross in. Phillips was beating his man. That came off the defender. That'll be a corner. The linesman gave it straight away. And Wales have a corner with just over 5 minutes gone in the second half. And once again, players have come up from the back. Number 6, Kit Simons, has come up. So too has Eric Young, who proved himself quite a handful in the penalty area in the first half. Looking for Hughes. Oh, it's in! Hughes, his first international goal for Wales for 2 years, and it couldn't have come at a better time. It's 14 internationals since Mark Hughes of Manchester United got a Welsh goal, but that is absolutely priceless. The downward header, the keeper and the defender maybe got in each other's way, but that's academic. The delight for Wales is that it went into the back of the net, and that's the 10th international goal Hughes has scored for Wales, and it puts them one up here in Cyprus. Savides, who laid it off and who goes for the return. Southall started to come and changed his mind, and Wales have escaped. Savides really should have scored. He laid it off and went for the instant return, and that opened up the Welsh defence for him. And the Cypriot number 11 tried to lift it over Neville Southall as he came off his line, for me a little bit late. And fortunately for Wales, it just went wide of the post. "15 minutes gone in the second half. Wales still ahead by 1-0. Barry Horn profits then from a mistake. And a good ball out to find Dean Saunders. Cross is looking for Rush, who got the header, did he? It came off the defender. And Rush is claiming, I'm sure, that although he headed that ball, it actually bounced off the defender before it went behind, and that should have been a Welsh corner. And that cross hanging in the air just beyond the far post. And still we await the Rush goal that will set the new Welsh international scoring record. Wales lost their opening game in this group, 5-1 away in Romania. But they bounced back with that 6-0 defeat of the Faroe Islands. And a victory here would really be the sort of thing to set them up and to give them the prospect of a really good World Cup qualifying campaign, with that dream of reaching America in 1994. To go back to 1958 to find the last time that Wales played in a major football finals. David Phillips, and it was from a corner from this side that they opened the scoring. Barry Horn hits it, and he hit it well. And Barry Horn has only scored twice in his 32 previous internationals. And that wasn't too far away. Savides with the corner for Cyprus. 20 minutes left, and Wales have pulled everybody back to help out in defence. They don't want to concede a goal. Pitas. Shot was blocked. And still it's blocked, and Southall had to save with his feet. And finally, the punch for the corner. And that was Costa, the fullback, who hit that. And Neville Southall saving well with his feet, and how important that will be. Eric Young got a foot on that to concede the corner. And Wales are not home and dry yet as we move into stoppage time. What a disappointment this would be if Wales were to concede a goal in stoppage time. Cyprus forcing this corner. Important defending by Eric Young, but it's Savides who's gone across to take it. In towards the near post, and it flashed right across the face of goal. And what a let-off. It looked like Ianu, the number 7, who was trying to get on the end of that, but I'm not sure anybody got a touch, really. It seemed to beat them all. And Neville Southall, prostrate in his own 6-yard box, didn't get a piece of it either. And maybe Ianu did just get a touch. But that's the last act of the match, and Wales have hung on for a victory by 1-0. The Mark Hughes goal scored 6 minutes into the second half. But what an important victory that is for Wales. They've come away to a really tricky match and they've survived that scare right at the end and have held on to win by 1-0. And now the others in the group, Belgium, Romania and Czechoslovakia, will all have to come here and do likewise.
Well, Belgium beat Romania 1-0 in the other Group 4 game off tonight, so they make it 4 wins out of 4 and now have a 4-point lead at the top. Wales move up 1 place to 3rd, and Wales' next game is at home to Belgium on November the 18th. Well, Northern Ireland and Spain went into their match at Windsor Park in the other Group 3 game tonight, with the Republic of Ireland earning a valuable point in Copenhagen against the European champions Denmark. Those results mean the Republic are now 1 point clear at the top of the group, Northern Ireland and Spain just behind them, and Lithuania on goal difference. Now let's show you what happened in a Group 5 match tonight between Russia, playing in white, and Iceland. Ray Stubbs once again.
Russia's World Cup debut ended in a 1-0 victory for them in Moscow. Igor Shalimov of Inter Milan had spread the ball out wide, but the control and finish from Sergei Yuran of Benfica was just about the best moment of the game. Because of all the uncertainties in that part of the world, Yuran, a Ukrainian, has opted to play for Russia in the World Cup. All Russians very happy with that decision.
First couple of points for them, but the table led there by Greece. Now, Group 6 result, France 2, Austria 0. Leeds United's Eric Cantona scored the second for France as they recorded their first win for almost a year. Jean-Pierre Papin had opened the scoring in only the 3rd minute. He also missed a penalty. Bulgaria and Sweden lead that group. Well, Germany, of course, won't have to qualify for the finals of the World Cup as holders. They played a friendly tonight against Mexico, and this is what happened.
Tonight's friendly in Dresden marked the end of German striker Rudi Voller's international career after 85 caps, but he finished with a goal. And it was obviously an emotional experience for the German players as they congratulated their teammate for the last time. At 32, Voller retires with 44 goals, 3rd in the all-time scoring list for Germany. Mexico spoilt the party with 20 minutes to go. German skipper Lothar Matthäus, back after injury, could only hit the ball onto the chest of Carlos Hermosilla. It finished 1-1.
Right, a change of sport then before we clock all those. In Rugby League, Australia are the world champions, and they're here to play Great Britain in the World Cup final on Saturday week. Well, tonight the Aussies had their second run out against Sheffield Eagles. Harry Gratian was there to see it.
The Australians hadn't been beaten by an English club side for 34 matches, or, if you prefer, 14 years. And even with a few of their key players missing, notably captain Mal Meninga,